Hey there. Hope everybody had some very happy holidays. I know that I did. I'm finally at the point where I've got enough material to do some videos on transition theory, that is soft and hard transitions with loops and arcs and everything, but every single time I've tried to do it so far it comes out being like 20-25 minutes, so I'm going to split it up into multiple videos, do it as a series. And in the meantime, here is a little bit of tech to keep you guys entertained. Over the holidays, I've long been a fan of Ronan's float tosses, like such, and seeing Poi Boy from Israel do them as well, it's finally motivated me to start picking these up. This is just the basic float toss, but there are some more complex variations on this that I've been working on, which are, first and foremost, a couple months ago I demoed this throw, wherein once you float it, you fling it around horizontal plane and grab it when it comes back at you. I have not until now, however, been able to do both hands at the same time, which is still sometimes sketchy for me, but by and large, not looking terrible. Needs some cleaning up, but it's a good start at least. Some things that I've found help with this, number one, are making sure one hand is higher than the other when you let go. It keeps the poi from tangling up in each other when you let them go, and also it keeps your hands from running into the leash of each of the other poi when you do the flinging, right? So, it's not gorgeous, but it's progress, shall we say. And hopefully there will be more to come on that soon. In the meantime, another one that I've been working on is, so you let the float go, and then, at least the way I've been doing it, is you do a step into it to switch, which is the front plane and the back plane, and you switch hands. So, right let's go, left let's go. You do the step, you catch one behind your back and the other in front of your back, like that, right? This one's going to take me a few attempts. This is not 100% by any means. It's like maybe a good 20 to 30% at this point. But it is doable. And for those who are the ninja masters at doing this shit, please, 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 leave me comments and tell me how I can get better at doing this, because this one's been kind of confuddling. Let's see if I can give you guys one more before I move on here. One more try and then we're done. And a cigar. Next up, on the home poi forums, there's a kid who goes by the handle poirsquared, which, that's clever, I like the name. Was asking about a move wherein you switch from an opposites crosser into extension versus antispin, which is not actually that difficult, but just for demo purposes I wanted to show it off. Back when I was a poi newbie in my first year of spinning, the kids that I spun with at Confluence Park in Denver used to do this thing wherein they would have a same direction crosser going, and they would unwrap from the same direction crosser into extensions, like this, right? And then they could wrap back up into a crosser, which I thought at the time looked totally badass, and to me was the absolute height of poi tech. I've learned a little bit since then, but so that, in case he hasn't already, so that Poirs can see this done, let me see which is Yeah, that way feels right. So, you start off, of course, in opposites in wheel plane, excuse me, I always mix those up. And you switch sides on it. And as you go back and forth, you have that same opportunity to unwrap your arms. Except that because they're going opposite direction, it doesn't actually matter which way you unwrap. So say, I could unwrap in either direction and still come back to the opposites crosser just as easily, right? Like so. Now I could use this as a means to switch between crosser directions, or I could say, hang out here for a second, switching between which direction my antispin versus extension hybrids are going. And if I want to call on my 9 square theory, I could, when one's top and one is bottom, switch it into an opposite split time flower. And of course, when they're split up like that again, I can switch right back into this, and if I so desire, back into that crosser. So, there's some fun stuff possible there. Play around with that. Finally, so I had a nice chat on Facebook the other day with the aforementioned Poi Boy from Israel, and he flagged a move in a Yuta video that I had seen, but hadn't really grabbed onto, wherein Yuta was doing a bottom-facing C-cap with one hand, and the other hand was behind his head. So it wound up being this funky kind of hybrid, like so. And the two of us together came up with all kinds of funky ideas for what you could do with a pattern like this. But being as how it's taken me most of the past 2 days to get it so even this pattern is stable, we're going to have to wait on those cool funky patterns for a little while. A quick preview, just for sake of completeness. Let's say I get them going opposites so that they both line up together on the bottom. I can then use another C-cap to switch between them, as though I'm using Charlie's 8-step cap process. Or I could think of this as being the middle step to doing Alien John's wrapping and unwrapping flowers, and switch over to a crosser, like so. And, of course, switch back if I so chose. So yeah, there's definitely some possibilities of what we can do with this one. Yeah, that's this week in a nutshell. I'll be back very, very soon with some nice videos for you guys on transition theory and how you too can learn to master soft and hard transitions to get between loops and arcs and figure out what in God's name all those words mean. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon. Peace.